Rob, we just witnessed the announcer jinx almost
Like,
take effect.
bruh, like you you legit almost like you legit almost cost this man the record.
Almost.
Like
It was
you
right
he
there.
was at the 50. He was at the 50. Like you like, oh, this is a record. This is his. He's at the 50, dog. Like, let that man finish the play.
Jim Nantz said, it's so. It's so, damn it. It's so. It's so, god damn it.
If you're a die-hard sports fan or sports fanatic, then this is the place you want to be. You're now listening to the Bra Migos podcast, the best place for all sports everything. So pull up and let's go.
And just like that, bro, we gotta bring y'all in, bruh, Migos podcast. Oh my god, we got a banger for y'all. You already know who it is, though. It's your boy Price and Rob. Your look, you know we're your home now. We're your home. Come home. Come watch us. Get some sports entertainment value from us in the day. I know y'all saw Jim Nantz almost give the announcer curse. Don't feel like there was a delay in the TV and that man had already ran 50 more yards before the touchdown. Don't even think
Dude,
that. Don't
dude.
even think it. It was so close, Rob. It was so close. He almost
Like
had to
this
break three
close.
tackles. Had to break three tackles. This close. This close to screwing this completely. It was so close. This is gonna be one of those things where I feel like if he would have got tackled, Rob, it would have been the most epic thing ever. He got
Man,
the record. Oh no, he don't.
like it would have been bigger than him breaking the record. Like they would
Oh
have
yeah.
had that man Nance, got the shame walk from Game of Thrones. Just shame,
Mm-hmm.
shame, shame. Like they would have, woo. Oh my! And I mean, he's a cowboy too. Oh yeah, it would have been a worldwide shaming.
Boy, you
Like
know
that
it,
man would have
it, it
been
would have been done.
everywhere going. Like he almost jinxed them. Like
Almost.
it's legit. Like he was calling the record and saying like he had it. He's got the record. This is I'm like the man. Like he just caught the ball. Come on now.
Mm,
And even if it is the delay wasn't that much. Where he's like,
it wasn't.
oh
It
no,
wasn't.
man.
You guys have to pay attention to stuff like that. It was we almost witnessed probably the biggest failure. It was almost he got the record, but it was almost a huge failure at the same time. And just like that, we gotta bring you guys in. If you don't know what we're talking about, go ahead and Google a clip. It is out there. Jim Nance almost cost him now. It was almost out of there. But we have even more stuff. We even gonna talk about a little WWE today. We always touch up on the wrestling a little bit here and there. We still watch wrestling. But NBA. I want to make an announcement. You are now looking at the new commission duo. Okay? We're gonna look Rob, and Nate are now taking over for Adam Silver. We about to straighten this whole NBA situation out. We about to do away with the convolutedness of these stage teams like we're racing or something, and all of this jibber jab and flip flop of what's going on
Mhm.
with the NBA today. We have the ideas, and don't you copy us, damn it. We're the big brains. We know what's going on. And guys, we don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the in-season tournament is in. They've been playing. They've had their staging groups, the point differential. If you guys want to go check it out, I want to see NBA.com is holding a lot of the information. But as a fan, you're probably confused. Okay? Many episodes ago, we went over the rules that they had. Many episodes. Go back in the archives on Spotify. Go back and watch. Go back and listen to those. Go back and listen to those. We talked about this, and back then we said ahead of time that this was going to be something that made absolutely no sense and brought no real entertainment value outside of the game itself being held. Okay?
Mm.
So let's be real now. So, first idea from me and the homie Rob. If you want to do this in season tournament, why not do this during All Star break?
Yep.
First of all. And I know some people are saying, well, they're getting a break. Okay, I understand that. But if we wanted to do something like this, let's shrink the size of it and take it from being an NBA wide thing and make it to where only certain position teams right now are playing for either a guaranteed spot to get into the playoffs or something like that versus what we're doing right now. All of this point differential and all of this is like we're in a racing stage. And I'm pretty sure Rob will agree with me. This is kind of confusing for your average everyday watcher, even for your avid watcher. This is something that we've never had over the
Mm.
years. There's never been anything like this. And I'ma just say, let's look, take it, ball it up, throw that shit out. Just throw it out. But like I said, me and Rob got some ideas. Okay? First idea. What would you guys think about a 3v3 tournament during the weekend? Okay? You get to call your best. Look, this is what we're going to do. You get to either participate or give a high cash prize for the three players. Let's say $3 million pot. And some of y'all are going to say, where's the NBA going to get that from? They got the money, bro. They got the money. They have the money. Let's say a $3 million pot. Winner take all. Just go in. Okay? 3v3. It could be a mixed
Yep.
match of players across the league teaming up. It could be strictly team based. But let's give us something else. What you think about that, Rob? The 3v3
Nah,
action.
nah, I'm completely down for it. And here and let's dive a little bit more into it. So we're talking about going All-Star weekend. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say like we have it to where all right, we do four different locations.
Mm-hmm.
We got what 32 teams? How many we got?
30.
30 or 32 teams in the
30
NBA?
teams. 30,
30.
30,
So let's
30, 32,
say
something like
four locations. We spread it out saying um or maybe not four locations, maybe three. And so we'll spread it out to say like, all right, these, teams will be here, these teams will be there. So like we'll have, because I thought it was 32, so I was thinking like 4 and 8,
that.
but
Mm-hmm.
like we'll have it somehow basically like 8, 8 and 6, or something like that. But we'll have the tournaments during like what would be All-Star week, All-Star weekend, and then have everything collected to like basically like a Sunday kind of like, all right, for quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, or like semifinals, finals would be that last one. Because I mean, these cats, they could play twice in a day.
Yeah.
Like it ain't to where they can't. Like we could, as far as like the do like a 3v3. Like we either do a half court or we do a full court. Well, let's say a half court.
Yeah.
Let's do it like they do with the big three. Half court. We have like a timer, or make it play to 21. Either way, but just have it to where these cats are playing. So you will see maybe like either do standard teams. So let's say one team would be Brian, AD, D'Lo. Another team would be Maxi, and B Tobias Harris. Let's say another team would be Jimmy, Tyler Hero, and Bam. Like
Yeah.
we have it like NBA Street, and basically have these players play with each other in a 3v3, have like two games, in a day per team, and then just cut it down versus having the tournament. Because I mean, granted, if you like, hey, what about the rest? They can get rest, like have basically it be after a week,
Yeah.
so rest them a week or rest them like 3 days and then basically have the tournament. But at least you can, have a tournament that you can show off these players playing in. Because granted, like everybody been talking about flag football becoming part of the Olympics. What's going to be part of the Olympics real soon? 3-on-3 basketball. So
Bingo.
at least you can basically show something that would be replicative of what you're going to see in the Olympics next year. So I mean, Me and Nate were spitballing here in ideas, and we can always shape them.
Hell
But
yeah.
as far as having a 3-on-3 versus having an in-season tournament, you know, I think will be a little bit better as far as a product and get people more invested into the season. Another thing, because when we're talking about with the season, I'm just kind of taking ISO here ball, right now, but like have a 1v1 week instead of having a rivalry week during the NBA season. And just to go off like what would 1v1 week consist of? One player from each team during halftime can call out another player, or one player from one team can call out another player to go
Mm-hmm.
1v1 against them during halftime. Games go to 11, and the person that basically scores the most or gets to 11, those points get added to that team's score. So not only do you basically have it to where it counts, but it also, if they say the game is 50-39 at halftime, you can have somebody basically score and now, or you have somebody win that game and now it's tied up. Or say it's if the person that has 50, it basically has now it's a runaway game. But you get intrigue for the game itself. So that's why I'm think like as far as boosting up the NBA season, I think that's what's going to basically something could be some ideas that we basically can
We have
flourish out.
so many things. Hell, if you guys want to do it, we can go old school. Let the better yet, NBA. How about this? You want to involve the fans? Let us pick 4 captains. Okay, these 4 captains get to say, "Hey, we're gonna play old school yard pickup at the park ball." Okay, we'll divide up,
Yep.
and 4 captains, you get to pick. Highest vote percentage gets to pick first. Bottom gets the
Hmm.
back 2 picks. He gets the fourth and then the fifth, and then you go back in order, okay? To make this fair.
Yep.
We could easily do something like that. You can't tell me that if we told you, hey, there's and if you want to even be fair to where it's not too much, differences, split them up, take the 2 conferences and say, look, we don't want y'all to go mixing each other. Let the West have 2 teams, let the East have 2 teams, and the better of the 2 teams play in the finals, okay? You could play one original match of saying, hey, we're gonna play to 21 for the first elimination match. We can play best 2 out of 3 games of 21. And then the last game be a 3 or 4 minute quarters, half court style basketball, and let these guys get it in. Okay? Just something to give us more entertainment value. Just anything
Yep.
that could be better than what we've gotten, because the All Star game, let's be real. And I'm talking with you guys because I love this. We're not watching the dunk contest like we used to because the best dunkers aren't actually in the NBA. They're not. These are these dudes with dunkademics and stuff like that, and they're high
Hmm.
flyers and they're high jumpers, and they can do all kind of stuff. Okay, to be honest, either if you wanted to continue the slam dunk contest, either bring them in and give them an NBA partner, or let those dudes compete for 500,000 on the NBA stage. Let the NBA give them an even bigger audience so we can see the
Right.
wild bounce dunks and the scorpion and all kind of stuff like that. We can see these dunks on a huge stage. Matter of fact, give them an NBA partner to make it more intriguing. Make the dunk
Make it like a
contest
pro
two
am.
on two. Yeah, make it 2 on 2 now. Give give the high flyer person, and they can work out whatever 2 person spectacular ass dunk that they want to do to make this. And get rid of that goddamn skills challenge. I want to see that shit. I want to see bounce passes and all of that. Get rid of it. Just throw
I like
throw
this.
it out.
Oh no, I like the skills
You
challenge.
see that?
Like,
Throw that shit out of there. Get that shit out of there. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't. I don't want to see the old people with the new people. I don't want to see any of that, bro. Get that out of here. Just get it out. I don't want to see none of it. It's way better shit that we could do. than what y'all are doing right now. It's no excuse for this. We see all of these different revenues that the NBA has. You're raking in all this money. Quit being a tight ass. Y'all can come up with $4 million to give to these dudes if they played a tournament or a 3v3. You could easily say, look, winners get $1 million apiece, and second place gonna divide 333,000 apiece. Deal with it. They'll play. They love money. You gonna get one of these dudes who love money who's gonna say, especially like a Joel Embiid, or imagine this whenever Melo would have been in the league. Melo would have been like, give me two people. You already saw I took the New York contract, baby. Some more money on top of that. I could win a free meal. Matter of fact, you want to make it even more? Tell them we gonna pay the taxes on your meal. And you get a meal flat. Really get crazy with it. We gonna pay y'all taxes for it on that one. We got y'all. It's gonna be a tax-free meal that y'all get. Them dudes gonna jump on that because they know that they not seeing none of them other millions tax-free. They getting taxed for this, bro. Come on, NBA. We gotta do better. We have to do better. And this is coming from your new commissioners, Rob and Nick. And we now conclude this NBA session. Moving on. Hey, now we knew, we already know this. Now this is a wild rule. Okay. That was our NBA All-Star Weekend section. But this is one that's gonna cover like all sports teams, okay? This is just a wild idea. So, up playing video games one night, and some video games allow people to block out certain characters that you can't play. So I thought, what if we had a rule out week where the other team got to rule out one of your players? We just gonna take a chess piece off the board altogether. We gonna make y'all play without him. Something to spice this up. Say, hey, no Embiid, no Jokic tonight. Y'all gotta win. Now they can give input from the sideline, but they can't play. They have to go out here and win this game without. We could do a rule out week. We could do this across all teams. Imagine if you know that Shohei is coming to town and you choose to rule him out that week on a rotation. Somebody else got to start. Not him. Get somebody else in there. And we spice up sports. Some people going to say, oh, that's not right. You're limiting the competition. Am I? Or am I making this shit a little bit more wild? It's like gambling, baby. It's like fading dice out there. It's going to get real creative. Then we'll really get to see who's really rolling, who really has team chemistry. Do you think that could work, Rob? Do you think it could work?
First, just go ahead and check the chat right quick. But I think it could, because I mean, think about it. Like when it comes to like the different weeks and saying like, all right, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do that? Like you can basically say like, all right, we gonna say y'all ain't got Shohei today. They can basically be like, say if it's like say it's Angels versus if Shohei is on the Angels next year. It could be Angels Padres. They could be like, hey, y'all ain't got Shohei. Angels could be like, y'all ain't got Tatis Jr. It makes you basically be like, all right, this is how we're gonna do this. This is how it's gonna happen. We got to strategize against this. Or, say if they got a closer in baseball. Or let's say in basketball, hey, y'all ain't got Embiid, Sixers. Sixers could be like, all right, y'all ain't got Jimmy Butler. You Heat, So that maybe it could go like that. But I like it.
Yeah, something different. What you have for me, Rob? What you have for me?
Oh, did you look at the chat?
Facebook.
No. This chat. Sorry. The one we record through.
General. Would you put something in general for me?
I could put what I said. I didn't know if we were recording. That's what it looked.
Oh yeah. We're
mine just say active.
Oh yeah, we're
I just
recording.
wanted to
Oh
make
yeah,
sure.
we're good. We're always good here, bro. Podcast. But man, bro, it's so much shit that we could do to spice up sports that maybe would intrigue you guys versus the general crap that we've been doing. Like I said, I personally feel like it's a lot of y'all who feel like baseball is still boring. I think that some of the rule changes, like speeding up things, has made the game better. I do feel like some of this has made the game better. But I know there's always gonna be somebody, oh, I want to watch a 3 hour game. Me and Rob have said that a bunch of times, but sometimes if you turn it on and something catches your eye, for example, Shohei, immaculate talent. If you just sit
Yep.
and watch how the ball is delivered from him and the breaks and the power and it's art. It's
Yep.
physical sports art, and not to mention some of these guys who are cranking out homers because not a lot of people are into baseball, but me and Rob have watched the evolution from when we had people were pitching east to west, and then it was kind of a north south. Now it's all over. It's big velo, big break, and big bats at the plate, and I feel like
Mhm.
it needs a little bit more appreciation more than just from the people. It does. NBA, the athletes keep getting better. They may not be Michael Jordan, LeBron James athleticism, but they've raised the bar on how athletic and the amount of skills that they bring to the table now. So now we have to look to spice this up. And spicing it up is something that I think is very much possible. It's way more possible than what you guys think it is. So I need
Yep.
you guys, get into it. Let them know. Let us know. Bro Migos Podcast. You see it on the screen, Twitter and TikTok. We're on YouTube, baby. Yeah. But moving on, I have a question for you, Rob. Why do
Shoot.
you think wrestling, not
Mm.
WWE, but actual wrestling, Olympic style wrestling, has never found a profitable sport with like a profitable section? But
Mm.
WWE has turned it, even though it's been here years and years, and it evolved from a carnival event. Why do you think
Mm.
actual wrestling has never ever found an actual profitable arena versus what WWE is?
Because WWE is spectacle and wrestling isn't. It's not. So like I wrestled just to let you guys know.
Yeah,
I wrestled in high school. Um, it's not pretty. I mean, it's cool. Like it's very. So like for me, I enjoyed it. It's a lot. It's like basically it's a lot of untying knots kind of thing.
hmm
Because the thing is with wrestling, it's a very meticulous internal kind of battle. So like it's okay. Let me do this. What are they gonna counter? Can they counter my move? Can they go, somehow and move out of what I'm trying to do? Can I be aggressive? Can I not be aggressive? Can Are they going to be aggressive? How do I need to combat them? It's a lot of little intricacies in it, and none of it's really sexy.
yeah,
Uh, and like, there's not a ton of like characters within it because I know in the past they've done or it's been done where they've done professional Greco-Roman Olympic style wrestling where they had teams and had cities or whatever it was represented. I remember it was like on Fox Sports Net. For my cast that's in St. Louis, they remember Fox Sports Net, that's now Bally Sports and all that.
yeah,
But like it was there. It did exist. It's just that it's nothing that really captures eyes. Like track. Like track, you see it on the Olympic channel and all of that, but you really only pay attention to it at the World Championships or the Olympics. It's
hmm
not a something that they do professional track maybe, and somebody hasn't done it yet. Those Olympic sports is hard to capture and get people in. So like with wrestling, with professional wrestling, like Nick just said, it was a carnival act. You traveled, you had characters, you wanted to go see this. It's like the circus came in town. And that's all that that's what WWE does. They do circus. And we're gonna talk a little bit of circus in a minute,
yeah,
especially with them. But like uh that's just what it is. It's hard to basically make it interesting to masses, especially when a lot of it is, I don't say boring, because if you're it's like we talk about with baseball. If you love it, you love it. Like for me, I do like that chain wrestling kind of,
Yeah.
you know, Greco-Roman style, like watching it, but I don't watch it that often. And it's not in really entertainment vehicle like a football, basketball. It's not that. And so that's what I would say is the reason why. Like
Yeah,
it's boring,
it's just one of
you know,
those things,
to the
bro.
masses.
It's just one of those things. I was thinking, why hasn't this ever found a platform? We find platforms for other things, and I don't know. We may even throw one in there. It's just like the flag football thing does. Like
Mm,
y'all are trying. It's certain things that we're doing. Like it's just like the Olympic flag football thing. I don't think that that's a good idea. I just don't. It's it's nothing. What are we? So here's my problem with the Olympic football thing. Well, the Olympic flag football thing. What are we gaining from 7-on-7 football? Because it's a bunch of skill players. It's gonna be a bunch of
mhm,
skilled players on the field. You're gonna take the dudes who they're third on the. Let's say we did put together a team, okay? You're gonna take the
mhm,
third best dudes on the depth chart to play a line, and then you're gonna put high end offensive skill position people around them. That's it. Because it's gonna come down to making a play on the interception or getting a touchdown. That's it. It's gonna be high end skill play. And then I'm gonna be real. Who else is touching us? Who else? Nobody else, unless you have these freak of nature, which I have seen one. They had like a 6'8" guy who played wide receiver from like London. Unless London got 3, 4 of him that's gonna play out there against us,
mm,
he's still not as fast as Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill is one of the people who
yeah.
wants to play in this. And I don't know if he would be able to convince a Patrick Mahomes. He might get a Tua to come out there because Patrick Mahomes' contract probably got more loophole blocks than the goddamn Saudi Arabia security fund, like bank account. I trust you. Trust me. He got more loopholes blocking shit in there than them. So you're not gonna get him.
Mm.
So then you looking to play with whoever to go over here. Shit is ass. It's pointless. It's nothing to be done. And what are they gonna gain, Rob? What do they gain?
Not so it's there's gonna be a level of gaining, and really what it is siphoning off people's love for football and making it to where it's more of a level playing field than it ever could be. Because if they basically played 11 on 11 with pads, we would absolutely commit war crimes to countries.
Yes.
Period. It would be there's no absolute way if we put any team,
Could you
any
could you
any
imagine?
college and up team against the rest of the world, we would dominate.
Could you
And that's
imagine
it.
Aaron Donald busting through the line, tackling some poor British quarterback, and then smushing him onto the ground?
Death. Death would be the product. Death would be the answer. Death would be the death would be the result. Uh, but as far as like flag football, it's as close as they gonna be able to get to play football, and it's what we love and what we champion as far as the number one sport in this country, and having it to where it can be brought to the masses within it. So one thing I would think they're gonna probably do is not allow any kind of professional football players to basically be in it.
So we allowing
So
college kids.
and maybe and that would I think they're gonna not the only thing I think they'll say is you can't be a part of the NFL, or basically be a union member of the NFL, and that would basically exclude um yeah, any professional player or just drafted NFL player or whatever. So it'd be like college or retired players.
Yeah.
Like you probably would have To and Ocho Cinco out there, which would still be better than whatever they're gonna bring out for
Yeah.
everything else any other country. Because my thing is like with throwing, like I don't know where the rest of the world is as far as like arm talent for throwing a football because it is a lot. Like rugby, like we can compete in rugby, but we ain't dominating
Nah,
rugby
we
like
not
that in the rest of
dominating
the
rugby.
world.
Nah.
Like the New Zealands, the Australias, the Great Britons, the all these other things. Like even though we have athletes and have that, it's still something that they're more calloused and grizzled for than
Yep.
what we are. Like we don't dominate those countries in rugby, even though we have 6'8", 350-pound dudes that run like 4.6 40s. They're playing football, not playing rugby.
Yeah.
So we still ain't got that. But at least with flag football, it still is more about it's a 7-on-7 drill, but it's still like we mainly pay attention to the 7-on-7 drills. Like we're not looking at the intricacies of offensive line play. We don't really care about that until it breaks down.
Yeah.
But like, we like seeing sacks, and they might have sacks on the quarterback and stuff like that. You just have to do the 5 Mississippis, and they still move around and all that. But yeah, like this is as close as we gonna be able to get to bring us as a culture, United States, and basically bring in, especially because the first flag football games for the Olympics that is going to be in LA. So bringing that culture and basically saying, all right, rest of the world, will basically break bread and compromise, and you guys will basically be able to play with us on this and bring your best 7 to go against ours, and we'll see who basically comes out the victor. And like I said, NFL, be careful. Like you don't want Patrick Mahomes doing this. You
No.
don't want Josh Allen doing this.
No.
You don't want Bijan Robinson and all these players that basically you're gonna try to market doing this, tearing the ACL, and now they gone. Don't do it. Just be cautious. I know you guys want to basically, throw caution to the wind sometimes. Be cautious because your game is the one that basically we got to worry about. You ain't got to worry about them getting Olympic medals, and I know the allure of it, but nah,
Brock
man.
Purdy, I'm
Like, it ain't
sorry,
worth
I
it.
might throw you out there. I might. I might. Just yeah. Just go ahead and get out there, Brock. Get you some reps in. Make them throws, baby. You got this. I'm just saying, if I'm a risk a cheap option, it's gonna be him. I'm just
Nah,
throwing
and,
that
and,
one
and,
out there.
and real shit, Brock Osweiler being out there might be enough,
Yeah.
more than enough, to be
Yeah,
honest.
Brock.
Like
If you can get
he
Brock Purdy to go out
he
there and
might be
play,
that
oh,
dude that brings home the gold. Real shit.
yeah, I'm just knowing. Yeah, look, Brock. I know you play for the 49ers, but look, you go get us this goal, we'll talk contract
Oh, Purdy,
renegotiation.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you talking about Brock Osweiler. Other, you meant Brock Purdy.
Nah, Brinks made his pull back in the day, and he ain't touched a football since. He made that money.
Yeah, that's fair.
He
Brinks
so
Osweiler. Brinks to be, hey, real shit. Brinks Osweiler actually does have a ring to it.
yes, I hope he named the child that, because how he robbed the Texans after that, he said, I could play. Went out there and was trash. He said, back up the truck, bring it to my house, bring me all my money. Now I ain't never gonna play the same ever again. Made away thief in the night, all the money, and he's at home. He's like that Dave Chappelle meme where he's over his man now, and he's covered in the not gonna let this go. He's done with it. He's not doing this anymore. But we got one more thing we want to talk about football wise. You know what? So look, it's two sides to this that we're gonna talk about. First, Ryan Day. I think your day may be coming. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw. Yeah. But he lost to Michigan, and Harbaugh wasn't there. And now we're looking at it. He is 2-3 in bowl games. But how much more is Ohio State going to deal with from him? Let's be quite frank about that. We don't know how much more Ohio State. You getting basically 10 million a year. It's like 9.96 million. We might as well say 10. I know you got an endorsement deal somewhere. You getting something. So let's say 10 mil in salary. But you went out there and lost. They didn't have a head coach, and you still figured out how to screw the pooch. And it's like I said, we're gonna get to the other side in a second. Do you think that he's either on the chopping block now in Ohio State, or do you think he's safe and he has another year, Rob? Or are we kind of taking this chicken and we like, look, I'm gonna wring your neck, I gotta fry you know? Where are we at if we're Ohio State?
It's hard to say because for a day, hard to say for a day. Um, because when like what we were talking about during the show, at first I was like, man, like yeah, this is about to be it for him. Like he lost this like the third straight game against Michigan. He
Yeah.
lost. Granted it was close, but still, you not getting over that hump. You come in with the rank. You came in with the team that was ranked better than them. But it's also like Harbaugh was in the same boat before and during Ryan Day's time as the coach, where he lost, I want to say like four straight against Ohio State or some crazy number,
Yeah.
you know, and people were calling for him to get on the chopping block until, ironically, the Counter Stallions time period of when he came on as a staffer and was helping with the cheating scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and essentially like that time period coming up, and then Harbaugh basically rattling off two or three straight against Ohio State. So essentially, yeah, is this his time? Maybe. I think if they basically have a suitable sub for Ohio State, then yeah, they're gonna basically move on from him. I don't know who it would be, mainly because I can't think of who would be the hot candidate
Candidate.
from
Yeah.
elsewhere. Because I know Michigan State just picked up a Oregon State head coach. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who else is out there that would be moving from their school to Ohio State, or somebody that you could be like, hey, if we basically made Mark Stoops, even though Mark Stoops sound like he about to go to Texas A&M, if we make him the next guy, how much better we be if we somehow poached Lincoln Riley from USC to go to Ohio State? Like, how would that turn out? I don't
Mm,
know if basically that's that. And even in the case of Lincoln Riley, I don't know if you basically want that with how horrid his defenses have been
yes.
over there at USC. And so I don't know if I don't know who the better coach would be. But I also don't know like if you can basically sustain with Ryan Day, or if Ryan Day is the guy that you want to go forward with. Like, I don't know. And to be honest, I can understand them moving on from him because it's like, yeah, it's been kind of shitty, you know.
So here's my thing. Maurice Claret said this, but y'all, I don't know if y'all know, some of y'all who may watch this, y'all don't know who Maurice Claret is. They won one back. That was
Oh one,
2002, oh one,
I
oh
believe.
two. They won it. So
Something like that. Very
yes.
20 years ago, over 20
So
years ago.
Maurice said he said he was trolling, but he said this is why you get paid the $9 million. Look, I quote, and this is what they got him saying. We live in a weird world. Part of coaching is praise and criticism. It comes with the space. That $9 million salary comes with expectations and judgment. We are all fans. Everyone isn't and won't be so patient. And he said he also went on to say that Ohio State can't justify losses and things like that. And it all started with him tweeting Ryan Day, "Love you, bro, but you gotta go. This is why you paid millions. Can't get paid
Mm,
9 M's and lose three straight to them." So I understand where he's coming from with the rivalry. You done lost three straight. You lose three straight. Come on now. Yeah, we looking for something better. This is true.
mm,
But I just don't know. Like you said, if there's a suitable, i- if there's a suitable like replacement for him, I could then say, okay, maybe we do it. Maybe we pull the trigger and do this. But then if there isn't, you're gonna have to kind of figure out how to buy him out in some kind of way, and then you moving on to the next guy, and is the next guy gonna be able to like go away? And then you made the point with the Lincoln Riley. To me, Lincoln Riley is like he's not Stan Van Gundy. He's not Stan Van Gundy. He's the other Van Gundy.
Jeff?
No, never mind, not Jeff. Who was the original Houston Rockets coach and the Phoenix coach that was up and down play?
D'Antoni?
D'Antoni. There we go. Sorry, guys. He's kind of like the Mike D'Antoni of coaching in college football. High-powered offense.
Yeah.
We're not worried about the defense. Look. If they stop them, they stop them. Go and put up points over here. Points win the game. That's how we gonna win. And that's what he is. Now, if you bring him in, you gotta know that you probably gonna go high-powered offense, and the kids who like the high-powered offense are gonna come play for you, and you're gonna probably have kind of a subpar defense as we've seen in UFC right now, and that's it. That's how it's gonna rock. But I don't know if you do that. Now, the flip side of this is, yes, Michigan won. They won without their head coach. But Jim, Michigan, I said this before we got on them. Y'all be stealing and shit. But with thievery sometimes comes victory. But you can't get caught. So, I don't know. Look, y'all know sign stealing is a no-no. You know this.
The knowest of knows.
Y'all already know this. Why are we doing this? Why? You know whenever you get caught that they're going to do something to y'all. And how did you know that you're not going to get caught at some point? Do y'all not pay attention to this, or are you saying I'm going to cheat till I get caught? I want to know what the thought process is behind that, Rob. Because we know that you're not supposed to cheat. We know this. So what is the reason? That's what I want to know, bro. Why Jim them over there stealing like that, bro? Why he over there doing that, Rob?
I have no clue. I mean, maybe like I said, they were basically losing Ohio State a bunch. He was looking for a pick me up. They've been as good as what they are now, where they're like a top 3 team damn near every year. And Connor Stallions was coming up, but why they were doing it? Maybe it was that, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. My mom always taught me be good or be good at it, and it don't sound like they were good at it.
Nah,
so.
You can't be getting caught.
Yeah.
You got to get your Patriots on if you're gonna steal, Jim. Okay, you got to cheat to the maximum and make it count. Make it count. Turn it into a college championship. Damn it, you. Don't get caught. Don't get caught, Jim. I just had to throw that out there, Jim. Y'all, you've been at the highest of the highest levels, and now you're back to where you're most comfortable at. Because let's be real, you weren't that successful in the NFL. Let's just throw that one out there.
Nah, he was very successful.
Well, no, I'm thinking of the other hardball. My bad. I'm thinking of the other hardball.
I mean, both hardballs have been good.
Nah. Yeah, I was about to say both of them been pretty good. But you're back where you were most comfortable at. But you need to, you just can't be stealing this shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But we got something else that we want to talk about. We told y'all that we was gonna talk WWE. All right. All of you WWE fans, CM Punk is now back. And somebody was like, oh my God, he's back. and me and Rob were like, so what? So what? So goddamn what? First, I'm gonna go ahead and preface this. Rob felt like I felt. You needed to leave AEW because you were holding back the talent that they had there. You weren't that useful of a piece. You weren't an ultimate mouth like Chris Jericho that helped people get over. You have been tainted to a certain level after all of the stunts that you pulled in WWE and then going to AEW and doing more. Okay? Now, Rob is going to say something, and I'm going to say it a little bit before him. Didn't you get mad with WWE about Saudi money? Wasn't this something that you had an issue with? Just be real with us. Just be real. Right now. It's me, you, and Rob, baby. That's it. Be real. This was an issue that you had. But now we're willing to take WWE money again. I got a question, Rob. Last time you went in your bank account, if that money came from overseas and it didn't say that it was a transaction from overseas, would you even know that that money came from over there?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Okay. So, and some of y'all be like, where is he going with this? Look, we know that WWE is sitting on a shit ton of that Saudi money. You can't tell us no different.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Rob, take it. Take it, Rob. Take it. Go ahead and fry his ass up. Fry his ass up behind this shit.
A wise man from ECW used to say, "Well, well, well, CM Punk, you are back. You basically land-based for the last year. How much you don't want to, or last couple years, how much you didn't want to be back in WWE. How they basically, just kind of being fired people away, and how it's so shitty, and how you hated Triple A or hated, being there, and you would never go back there. And then last night, you, you, you show up in Chicago for Survivor Series. I mean, look, it's somebody like Seahawk, shout out to Seahawk on Twitter, said, hey, sometimes the red dude is on the first and it's late on the fourth. Yes, that is true. But if I'm just doing an analogy, if basically you had like a preacher that is land-based in women for doing OnlyFans and talking about how it's evil, goes in and kept talking about it, and then you find out that him and his lady doing the OnlyFans, you're gonna be like, yeah, you need money, you got rent that's due, but why are you criticizing this company? Why are you criticizing these people so damn bad, yet to basically fall under the same thing that they do? Why is it so evil when they do it? Because it goes back to Triple H's old thing. You don't want to basically change the world. You just want to make sure you want to change the world and to make sure that CM Punk is on top. This is about you, bro. And granted, if it is, it is. They don't make some kind of things about, oh, they're so bad, they're so this. I would never take that side of money. You got to be this. Like, no, man. You got and you got to make sure that you watch yourself. And if you gonna eat those words, you're gonna have to eat those words publicly. Because I mean,
Even
even with Cody basically, you could saw like when Cody came back, there was some, I would say, some ribbing seemingly going on with like some of the production with him. And that was because of what he did to leave that company and what he was doing once he left and kind of things he's did. And then he basically showed back up there. Like the one thing, and granted, Vince is not a part of it, and he can basically sold his stock, he's done or whatever. But the one thing about Vince, at least in good, bad, or indifferent, if he felt that you could make money with him, he was going to take you back.
yes, he
He
will.
did it with Ultimate Warrior, did it with Brett, He's gonna do it. He's gonna go back to you, and that's it. Now, push that aside. For me, in my opinion, with CM Punk, do I think he's basically gonna be a net gain for WWE? No. I
Mm-mm.
don't think he's going to basically. I don't think he's going to basically bring more people into the product because those people already know about the product. It's not. You're not gaining more people by having CM Punk back in WWE because what people that do not watch WWE are now going to watch it because CM Punk is there. Because for one, people were not watching WWE because they were tired of whatever it is that they were tired of with WWE. And one of the lead speakers about that issue or about those issues was CM Punk. So why would it be to where now they're going to change the way they think because he's going there? He wasn't a thought leader. He was just a conveyor of what they were thinking.
Yes.
He was just basically regurgitating the things that they had issues with and going to an alternative with AEW and just saying, hey, this is something that you guys don't have to, keep on, going with the dribble that they've given you. Because I will say, like WWE, especially with the latter end of when Vince was there, was getting stale. And basically they were just putting the ball down the court and basically just letting things happen and
Mm-hmm.
not really taking too many chances. Once Triple H got involved and once Triple H got, you know, the reins, he basically put a little bit more spice into things and made things a little bit more interesting, especially with some of the character development. But you basically, you CM Punk were the lead critic or one of the lead critics of this product. Now that you basically absorbed yourself back into, I don't think you're basically going to help anybody. I don't think that you are a necessary mentor for the people that basically is there. I don't think that nothing that you can do is going to basically bring any kind of positives to anything. I think that
Anything.
what you are is a guy that's just trying to make some more money. And
Yes.
there's nothing wrong with that, but don't paint it as anything else than that. You
Yes.
are there to be there. You are Shaq with the Celtics. You are not Shaq with the Heat. You are
Adam.
somebody that basically is there to collect some checks, play some ball, and run out your time because it ain't much of it left.
Adam.
And look, nope, all props to you. You are a legend. You have been in the game for longer than I have basically been watching, or about the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But be that as it may, you are not a positive for this company. You are somebody that's there. And granted, I'm looking forward to seeing Rollins versus Punk because that seems like what's going to be coming down the pike. But it's still to the point of you are in the way more than you are help elevating the way.
Yes.
But that's all I'll say.
Strategic move by you, WWE. Because you knew, hey, this is one of the people that could show up in Chicago. This is his town. We gonna pipe it up, bring him in, let him get the crowd going. Do I think that it's gonna be a good wrestling match? Yes. Do it like Rob said. Do I think that this is gonna be a huge W for WWE? No. Because I have an extreme feeling that once this angle plays out, if you can't give him another suitable angle, he's just gonna frolic. He's just gonna frolic,
Yep.
and he's gonna become dead weight on a product that you don't need. WWE, you have enough people that you can suit a show with high end talent, developed mic skills, and things of that nature, and good story. Like I said, I'm gonna throw this out there. Me and Rob said this a while back. What storyline has had you more involved in WWE than the Bloodline?
Mm.
Just what else? Okay. Are we due for another one of that? Hopefully. Could something like that happen, or could we have enough suitable storylines with the talent that they have? Yes. Is there talent out there that WWE could get if possible? Yes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have tried to swoo MJF before I probably would have went after CM Punk. I'm gonna just throw that one out. I might have opened up my look. How much Tony paying you now? Let me work something with you. Let me talk to you, man. You don't know about my checkbook? My checkbook is legendary over here, okay? It's legendary. You got more O's than saying, ooh, trust me. But I don't see I don't see the net gain in him. I don't see what's gonna come from this. Once his angle is over, I see him frolicking or pitching a fit. It's one or the other. Because I feel like he wants to be used all the time. I'm the best in the world. I'm this, and this. But you know also why I feel like that, Rob? Because he has no other lane to transition to, like a Rock, like a John Cena. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have those chops of, I can act. Let me go over here. I can leave this and do something else. Hell, Batista, he don't even have the Batista. He hasn't found anything outside of wrestling that's going to give him the satisfaction or maybe even the income of what he was doing to do that. And that's cool because there's some guys who they're wrestlers for life. They're going to be on legend deals and this, that, and the third. And we understand that this has been their life. But there's also your Cenas, your Batistas, your Rocks that found the other lane. And they said, you know what? I can make all this money over here and not put my body at risk. I'm going to leave this alone and maybe come wrestle every now and then. And Cena, I'm going to kind of go at your neck a little bit right here. You talked about The Rock with that, but you kind of sort of became with The Rock whenever you went at him in a promo about, you're not here, I'm here. The next person could literally say that about you now. They can say it about Batista, but I congratulate you guys for getting into that other lane. Because I don't want you guys to be always, oh, they're glorified stunt men that act. Nah, bro. Some of these dudes really have that level of talent that they can go act and be a figure and all of this other stuff. But CM Punk, no disrespect, best in the world, but once the storyline play out, we'll definitely revisit this and tell you whether or not, even if it's a banger ass storyline, it's gonna be the weeks after it plays out. What are they gonna do with you? Just what are they gonna do? How are they gonna take care of you? Is it gonna be, oh, CM Punk's this? I don't think so, Rob. I just don't think so. I don't think that he's suited for this. He's not suited for this. He's not. But that's gonna be our episode today. Like I said, Bra Migos podcast. You two new NBA commissioners right here. Look, Adam Silver, how much you get? 10 mil? Look, give me and Rob 2.5 apiece. 2.5 mil apiece, we'll take his job, right? 2.5 mil a year apiece, we'll swap out for him right now. You get double the person, half the salary. Just throw that one out there. Just me and the homie. Me and the homie, double the person, half the salary. We'll be there. We got you guys. But like I said, that's the end of the Bro Migos podcast. Remember, go check us out on TikTok. Rob will be posting there. I'm on YouTube with the YouTube Shorts. We both go back and forth on the Twitter. We love you guys. Support us. And we're out. Peace.
Night Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. Night Taylor Swift.
Canada.
Billie Eilish, I love you, baby.
And Canada.
Yeah, and Canada.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Bra Migos podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.